Early missionary work in America, 16th to 18th century. Think about this for a moment. What would it take to leave everything you know, your home, your family, your comfort, and travel to an unknown land? For Spanish missionaries in the 16th century, this wasn't just a thought experiment. It was their reality. Today, we're going to uncover the story of how these missionaries shaped the Americas, one mission at a time. When Spanish explorers set foot in the Americas, they weren't alone. Alongside the conquistadors came Franciscans, Dominicans, and Jesuits, men driven by faith and a mission to spread Catholicism. But their story isn't just about religion. It's about power, culture, and the collision of two worlds. These missionaries didn't just come to preach. They built missions, self-sustaining communities that served as centers of religious and economic activity. Places like Mission San Juan Capistrano in California or the missions in New Mexico weren't just churches. They were schools, farms, and workshops. But here's the twist: while the missionaries aimed to save souls, their presence often disrupted indigenous ways of life. Can good intentions sometimes lead to unintended consequences? Let's pause for a second. Imagine being an indigenous person in the 16th century. One day, strangers arrive, speaking a language you don't understand, telling you your beliefs are wrong. Would you trust them? Would you resist? This tension between conversion and coercion shaped the early missionary efforts in ways that still echo today. Over time, these missions became more than just religious outposts. They were places where cultures clashed and merged. Indigenous people learned new skills, adopted new beliefs, but also faced immense pressure to abandon their own traditions. The legacy of these missions is complex, a mix of faith, resilience, and loss. So, what can we learn from this chapter of history? It's easy to judge the past, but the real question is, how do we handle cultural differences today? How do we balance sharing our beliefs with respecting others' ways of life? These are questions worth thinking about. History isn't just about dates and places. It's about people, their dreams, their struggles, and their mistakes. The story of early missionary work in America reminds us that every action has consequences, and every legacy is layered with